It's your boy Cino for the win. One more victory away, baby. One more. The Super Bowl. I got Brady too. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button coming through the door. I got Brady also. Let's get it. Hit that like button coming through the door, ladies and gentlemen. All that arcade stuff they were getting away with today was because the Buffalo Bills have never made it this far, and Josh Allen played nervous. He played a very nervous game. They settled for a lot of field goals. The inexperience of those guys for the moment was too big for them. So Mahomes wins so you could really be salty. This is Brady's era. It's Brady's time. It's Patrick Brady Jr. The drive for number 7. The only reason we're able to win that game because there were 3 breakdowns defensively on Tyreek Hill that allowed him to get open and get those plays. After that, the game was, they were up like 21 to like nothing. And the game came down to the last few seconds because Tom put together a comeback. Oh yeah. Well, Mahomes and the Chiefs, they did what I thought they would do. And always with one of my videos. It's always some weird activity. That's why I say hit the like button, walking through the door. Absolutely. People have got to understand that in this era, you're dealing with the quarterback with Tom Brady who understands the game. Tom Brady is calling the plays. He's coaching the wide receivers. Now, they got 3 picks today, mainly because of miscommunication. Mistakes are going to happen on the field. You can't let it submerge you all the way down. Devontae Adams made a mistake on the field and dropped the pass for a touchdown that they had to settle for, a field goal. And he mentally was out of the game. Aaron Rodgers did nothing to get his head back in the game. He ran some slants, and then they started to come back on drives to try to make it a game again. Well, once Whitehead was out, the game became different. Whitehead was very key. That's why I wish he was in there now, because what he does is he reads the cornerbacks, and he's a better tackler. You know, Adams is, you know, he came in like it was a regular season game. You know, granted for him, guys had to cover for him on the field, but they got 2 touchdowns out of it because Adams is not knowing all the sets. Now, for the Super Bowl, he will be primed and ready in case Winfield can't go, because now you got 2 rookie quarters, backup quarters, and that's going to be in there. That's why everybody's important. Film study, all of these things, you know, they mean everything. The tackle, his Achilles got torn, and he's probably out for the Super Bowl for the Chiefs. You know, and with that rush that you're going to get from Pierre-Paul and David and Barnett and all those guys coming through that line, they were on Aaron Rodgers from the first quarter to the fourth quarter. They stayed on that poor offensive line of the Packers. The Kansas City Chiefs, they live like the Packers. They live off flags. So a lot of them are going to be upset about what happened due to the fact that they don't know how to deal with people who got flags or throw flags. When you live off the flag, and they mad about the last play, that one with the penalty, when he held the jersey, I'm like, dude, it's a 3rd and 4 that basically decides who goes to the Super Bowl or not. They're not going to let you get away with holding the back of someone's jersey. If he didn't hold the back of that man's jersey, Jefferson or Johnson, brother, he catches that ball, that's a touchdown. He saved the touchdown by him holding the back of his jersey, pulling on it. He didn't let it go. He had it with one arm, then got it with another arm. Full of jersey. So it was clear. They were like, well, they were letting it go. They can't let that go. That's a key play to determine who goes to the Super Bowl or not. They don't want to throw the flag. They were letting them play it out. They didn't want to throw it, but they had to throw it because that was an obvious pass interference. It was obvious. He was beat, and that guy would have gotten a touchdown had he not done that. He didn't drop the pass. He didn't get there because the guy pulled his jersey. It's all entertainment, but you know what? I'm entertained. Today, your boy Cino, he was entertained. Straight up. I was entertained. Well, they went up against an inexperienced Bills team. The Bills are basically a better team. It's just that they both are arcade quarterbacks. Smith, Patricia Mahomes, they do the same thing. They're arcade quarterbacks. Hit the like button. That. Don't forget to hit the like button coming through the door. Because if you hit the like button, they let you. Well, the inexperience of the players, you know, they often came by and they often said different things to implement it. It's not my Wi-Fi, it's YouTube. It's never been my Wi-Fi. I'm on the expressway. If it don't work on the E-way, it ain't gonna work anywhere. Patrick Mahomes is their darling commercials they today with Patricia Mahomes. A lot of them. I mean, he was in Head and Shoulders. He was in Allstate. State Farm. I'm like, man, I'm going to go get, what's his name, Farmers. Because everybody who get over there is losers. Well, Patricia Mahomes don't understand a lot, you know. Patricia is a little different. Patricia Mahomes is, to me, one of the best at selling it. The league loves him because he sells it. He has a very strong arm, but he's not as accurate as people think. Tyreek Hill opens up and takes the top off the defense, which opens up the middle. It opens up the middle for Kelsey. And he could sidearm throw the ball, so that keeps him in the game. Now in the Super Bowl, we're gonna have to cut all that out. We're gonna have to cut the nonsense out from 21 Jump Street. Well, the problem is you're dealing with Brady is like dealing with a cerebral hemorrhage. He controls time of possession. Out of any quarterback in the NFL, Tom Brady, since his rookie year, has been the most efficient on third down than any quarterback in NFL history. When he was a rookie and a second-year player and all this stuff, when he came in the game in the playoffs, do you realize I've never seen a person like that in a Super Bowl be that calm, be that focused, be that relaxed, make so many key third down plays. Troy Brown, Deion Branch, to White. Oh, it didn't matter who was back there. Tom Brady was making plays. Corey Dillon, he was making it happen. Hit the like button. Now, what Patricia Mahomes does very well is he's a great thrower of the football from his right side. If you force him to roll out left, he has different results. He's not as accurate. The 49ers were able to make him in the last Super Bowl have to think and get out of the pocket and rotate left. And when they was forcing him to go left, his pass was inerrant and he was throwing interceptions because they were disguising what coverage there actually was in until the ball was hiked. He really didn't know who was picking up whom. So on that alone, it caused confusion on his part. Plus, they were getting pressure from the front four. So they would have to get pressure on the front four. What they did today, Buffalo, they were able to get pressure on Patrick Mahomes using a stunt blitz. When they send the robber, when he don't see the that worked, but he kept escaping to the right, and they were. So you got to respect that when you play. This is the part I love. I know KC keeps kicking field goals, but you see what I'm saying? On third downs, they were inaccurate a lot. You can't bring all those field goals into Tampa and think that's going to be enough to beat Tom Brady. Tom Brady is putting up touchdowns, and he's putting up over 30 a game. So when you got somebody like Brady putting up over 30 points a game, you got to understand something. Yeah, he put up 30 points for the first time because they were playing a team that was done. The team had to go for it because they were down by so much. It's the only reason why they put up 30. They kicked a lot of field goals today. The Bills were inexperienced. They had talent, but it's sporadic talent. Like, they got to be poised in this situation. They were up 9. The kicker missed the extra point. You know, it was a lot of goofiness that happened in Buffalo, in this game today. The quarterback did a bunch of dumb things, holding on to the ball too long instead of getting rid of it. He's trying to make something happen, and he's taking sacks he shouldn't take. You know, it's like, you're putting yourself in a hole. This game, don't have the ball into the end zone anymore because the pressure was on. So you definitely got the feel in the sense of what it's like in an AFC or an NFC championship game. The stakes is high, and some players on the team can handle that adversity. Other people cannot. They panic, and we saw a lot of the panic. Yeah, everybody wants Brady to lose, but he's too damn good. You know, they hate on him as much as they want, but he's just too damn good. You know how many times the guys dropped the ball on Tom Brady today that were dimes? But they made up for it. The touchdown right before the half. This is the difference between Tom Brady and Sharon Rodgers. Brady waves off. They were going to punt the ball away. Tom Brady said no. They were down 14-7 at that point. Tom Brady calls the timeout, waves the punting unit off, gets the first down on 4th and 1. Or 4th and 3, rather. And then they decide to go for it. And they get the touchdown to the guy we call NFL Euro. Why? Because he played in NFL Euro. He's fast. Scotty Miller is fast, and he can get past people. He's deceptive. And Tom Brady put it there. and he caught it, touchdown. Now they're up 21-7. Then they get a fumble recovery, and the next play, touchdown to Brady. It's 28-7. So in the start of the third quarter, Brady already up 28-7. Now, greatness is greatness. And the hardest thing that you can do in the NFL is get to the Super Bowl. Believe me, there's an accomplishment to be made just to get there. Winning that game is a difficult task. There have been many players who have come close and they have lost in the championship game for years and years and years. Think of Philly, how they always used to lose. With Donovan McNabb, they would go to the NFC Championship game and lose. And they finally got there the year they got T.O. They finally got over the hump. T.O. didn't even play, but that team was ready. And then T.O. came and played in the Super Bowl and went off. And people act like Donovan McNabb didn't get him the ball. To me, it was incredible, man. I mean, I saw things that I couldn't even believe was transpiring right then and there. Well, the thing is people don't understand what it really takes to make these things work, what make things possible, what make people want to go and to go to the next level, to get things done. The progressions that was put in place. Like Patrick Mahomes did a play today to Kelsey because Buffalo Bills did not know how to guard him when Tyreek Hill was getting loose. They didn't figure it out. What he did was run a skinny post, and just a regular skinny post. But ran the skinny post route with Kelsey. Tyreek is finna run in basically you play Madden. He goes in, then he shoots all the way out. Now what that does is takes the safety who's gonna help out from one side of the field to the other. Meanwhile, the skinny post route has been ran by Kelsey. Now Kelsey sees the skinny route has been ran, so what he does is say, okay, the ball's not out yet, Mahomes is moving, let me stay alive. And this is how Kelsey gets his yards. It's the extra stuff he does. He's normally coming back to the ball after he's ran his route. This is what I mean by arcade quarterback. Patrick Mahomes don't throw to somebody and put the ball on the dime. Brady, you see Brady, he puts the ball in the dime. It's a spiral coming right on the dime. Right over the shoulder, right where the ball's supposed to be. An orchestrated play with precision and timing. Things a natural quarterback is supposed to be able to do. But here's this arcade guy who's just going to sling the ball and throw to a guy who gets separation. You see, it's easy to throw to a guy when he's wide open. When a guy has little separation and you got to make that accurate throw where just he can make a play on the ball, interceptions, yes. One interception he got on block by the running back, Fournette. Fournette was on the wrong side and didn't pick up the blitzer, remember? And Brady threw it up to try to give Evans a chance because the play was broken. So he threw the ball up on 3rd and 2 so that Evans would have a chance to make a play on the ball. But the play would have been basically picked up had Fournette made the block. Fournette did not make the block. So therefore, we were in that situation. Now the other interception, since y'all want to talk about Tom Brady interception. Mike Evans was supposed to go in. He kept going straight. He did not turn back in. Tom Brady thought Evans was going to turn back in. He stayed out. So the ball was thrown, seemed like right to the cornerback. And then the other one, Brady did throw a ball. It kind of sailed on him a little bit. But I felt Evans still could have jumped and made a play on the ball better than what he did. He kind of did a half-ass jump. Had he not touched the ball, but since he touched the ball and tipped it, it slowed it down to where the corner who was guarding a wide open Scotty Miller so that's the third interception. That's what happened. So when you start talking about Brady threw 3 picks, you got to know what happened in the game. You got to watch the game. So that's why I don't get concerned when people who don't watch the game or understand football try to talk about picks and stuff. That wasn't because of Brady being bad. It was blown assignments, miscommunication. Now you want to say the one to Evans, the one that went off his fingertips? I played a game that if you touch your hands, you're supposed to come down with it. Evans just dropped one earlier. I mean, a lot of guys drop passes, and Brady gave them chances to redeem themselves. Godwin redeemed himself. Right after he dropped that pass, he caught that 50-yard bomb. Why? Because Brady gave him a chance to redeem himself. I mean, this has been a nightmare for a lot of cornerbacks playing somebody like Tom Brady because he knows the game. He knows it so well. And Green Bay fans are going to be kicking themselves in the butt for a long time because they should have known better. You do not give Tom Brady the football back at all. Let me repeat. Do not Tom Brady the football back at all. And you don't even attempt to tie the game? You want to go for the field goal? And your guy is supposedly the most valuable player in the NFL? And you don't do nothing there? The most valuable player in the NFL, and you don't kick. So how do I see the game matching up? Well, you got to go back and look at the first time they played. Ever since Todd Bowles made that mistake in the first and second quarter, those 3 blown plays on Tyreek Hill for those big yardages in the first quarter, where he had like 200 yards in the first quarter. They put a clamp on the entire Kansas City Chiefs. They got to Mahomes. They got comfortable guarding Kelsey and keeping them in place. They figured out what they wanted to do. But in the fourth quarter, they got hit with a bunch of plays that KC was holding in their back pocket. And they couldn't get a stop to get Tom Brady the ball. Super Bowl will be different, because Tom Brady is going to fool that defense, and he's going to have a lot of fun playing with that defense, with the plays that he's going to design, because he's going to put pressure on Mahomes to have to score touchdowns. And that's what happened when you score touchdowns. You put pressure on them to have to compete with touchdowns. Okay? When you score touchdowns, you put pressure on them. They don't want to settle for field goals. Then people start doing stupid things like taking risks when they shouldn't take risks. Then a turnover happened. Now you got a whole different party. So that's right. Don't forget to hit that like button, good people. We've got to find a way to find that balance. You know, that championship lure, that excellence. You know, we really got to find out what's happening there, because to be 100% honest, I don't think they're ready. To be 100% honest with you, I really don't think they're ready. The Chiefs, I don't think they are ready for what's coming. This is not completely the same team that went back and played them last year. They lost one of their tackles. He got an Achilles injury. When you lose somebody who's a starter on your offensive line, and you got to have a new guy come in the Super Bowl. He played a little today, but he's really going to be playing in the Super Bowl. That's going to be a telling situation. Some people think it'll be a close game. I don't. I think it'll be close, but not as close as people think. I have the score. The final score is going to be, I'll say 38-28. Bucks. I don't see anyone guarding Godwin. I think Godwin and their corners are overrated. They give up a lot of big plays. And you can do a lot with them. And you can do a lot against them. So, for me, you know, that's it. Don't forget to hit the like button, good people. The like button ain't did nothing to you, and you want to support the page, hit the Cash App up. Carcino's the name on the Cash App. Let's get it. Yep. All they got to do is keep Kansas City playing a regular game. Don't give them the arcade. Don't give them the arcade that they love. Like, they love all that arcade stuff. They love all that trick plays, flea flicker, all that nonsense. You got to cut all that down. No 20-yard, 30-yard plays down the field. If you make them play a regular game like San Francisco did, they're out of there. They are out of there. Oh, my Cash App is Carcino. Karceno. And now you know. Oh, go ahead. Well, people do what they can, you know. They do what they want. Some people do what they want. Other people do what they can do. I'm out. Deuce.